Long day Hey everybody, Jason Bascom, Unhinged Entertainment, doing another one of these lesson videos. If you want to learn a little bit on how I do things, follow along. These are quick. I'm going to have a 10-minute timer. That's why they're quick, because it's just 10 minutes. In the lesson, the video might be 13 or 14 minutes. I don't know, but let's get over to Photoshop because it's just easier to record everything in there. So we're going to flip over, and I'm going to show the timer, and we'll get started. Okay, I'm going to go ahead. Oh, let's get this in position first. All right. Okay, gonna go ahead and start the timer. Yeah, it gives me a couple less seconds, but that's fine. All right, so we got 10 minutes here. What are we gonna do? I'm gonna show you a specific anatomy, a body part, if you will. We're gonna go over arms. So we're gonna go over side view of an arm first. So traditionally, most people will start off cylinders. Now this is 11 by 17. Of a canvas. So just so you know, that's the size that I'm working on, and I created a new layer so I could have, you know, the under there. I don't like to see the grid. So traditionally, this is like how people. I'm gonna have a bend in the arm. They'll draw their rectangles or their cylinders, what have you. You know, to showcase, you know, where things go. You got circles for the joints and stuff like that. You know, shoulder, blah, blah, blah. All right, and that's not, you know, that's a proper way to go about it. This guy's kind of got a thick arm here. And you can still use this, you know, regular arm. There you go. Boom, boom. Elbow. You got your forearm. And your hand here. You know, Liefeld hand there. So, there you go. Pretty simple. Like if I delete this, you'll see. You know, you got your bicep, you got your tricep, comes down, you got your tendon from where your shoulder or your elbow connects to your tricep there, because that's going to curve in. And then you got your forearm, your elbow, you got your muscles coming out here, and then, you know, you got another muscle in your forearm. I don't know the names of all the muscles. I'm not an anatomicalogist. That's a word now, by the way. So, you know, traditional, you know, this guy's still a little buff. If you look at him, I'm going to, you know, improperly do that. But still a little buff. Traditional, maybe heroic-ish. You know, maybe, you know, he works out. He works out. So that's like your traditional arm, right? So we're going to go ahead and delete that layer, make a new layer. All right. So I showed you that. So traditional arm, you got your deltoid, your shoulder, your tricep comes in, your bicep, you know, your pec connected to your deltoid. You know, you get it flares out there. Whee, here we go. Bicep. We're gonna stick with that bend, just so you can showcase. All right, now you see I just laid it in without that underdrawing. Just so I could give you, you could see a better idea of how we're going to go ahead and bend the anatomy and stretch things and push things to a little bit more of an extreme view. So, like traditional anatomy here, you know, bicep. You got veins in your bicep here if you're working out. We're buff. We're super buff. All right. So nothing wrong with this. This is actually accurate. I can draw normal if I really wanted to. I don't want to. I want to make it look insane. So what we're going to do is, all right, see how this is a bubble shape, kind of how I have the bubble? Let's angle it. Let's make it more angular. Let's pop that out there. Let's, you know what? See how that tricep, I have it in there? This guy's really buff. He's really working out. Let's angle. See how I put a little sharp angle right there? Because this is a dude, mind you. Chicks, sorry, didn't mean to be offensive there if it offended you. Women, ladies, softer, you know. You're not going to see as much defining features. More curvy, you know. They can still be buff. You get buff women. Buff women are very nice. But women you want to keep at a curve. You want to keep them, you know, they're going to be very different. And that's a pretty buff woman right there. But dudes, angle them. Let's get some sharpness in there. Pop out that bicep, you know. And then the bend in the arm is even gonna, because I had it more reserved. So everything beefs up, everything scales up. But I angle things often. Whenever I cut them, cut it like a razor there. Look at that, boom. Look at this guy's arm. This guy's jacked. Make his fist a little bigger because he's gonna punch mountains. There you go. And let's cut him with that. Get some muscles up in that forearm. Boom. And whenever you have the bend in the arm here, because this is connected, muscles, they all connect. So how much time we got? We got 5 minutes. All right. So we have the side view here. We got this. The deltoid comes into the bicep. All the muscles are connected. You know. Some veinies in there. You know this. He's Batman. Look at that. All right. Let's get rid of that. All right. So we had the side view. Let's show you something here. So, how I said, all muscles are connected. All of your. So, if you have the forearm, here's forearm cylinder. You know, hand. You have your forearm. Forearm. Let's get rid of that. You have that muscle there. Your elbow here. The elbow muscle is going to come in because you have the bone which sticks out, but your muscle is also going to come out from the bone into your forearm. Here's your forearm. You have more tendons here, more muscle comes out, and this comes in. So see, it's like a triangle shape here, and there's kind of two muscles in that forearm area there, and it comes into the bend of the arm here. So there you go. So you see how that. Let's get rid of that triangle there. So there you go. See how that all connects? You got your elbow jut straight into the forearm and then muscle. So if you were to shadow this, let's just shadow it all up. Boom. Shadow, shadow. Boom. Alright, so there you go. Pop some lines there. Boom, 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 boom. So there you go. So see, it's all move down. Then you do oh. Then you do that, and then snick it, snick it, snick it, snick it. He's Wolverine. And boom. Got some hairs on his forearm, on his tricep there. And that's the other thing. 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Let's do this. Deltoids. People, there's usually 3 in it. You can, because you got your outer deltoid, your mid, and then back deltoids, which I tore my rotator cuff and I'm working on my back delts. But what you can do is kind of have it be one globular thing. Really stretch that anatomy. Really stretch that way that looks. So what you can do is push out that delt, have it curve in, get your bicep up in there, and just pull down that tricep area straight into the. See. So like his arm is bent here, so you really don't get to see too much tricep definition. You could put a little in there because his arm is bent, but angle that, boom, boom, boom. Is connected to the folks in. There's so many different ways to go about it. Now, mind you, I'm drawing what his right arm, technically left. So, like I said, it is good to start off with, if you're a beginner, to start off with the cylinders. You know, your forearm is actually the length of your foot. You know, hand outstretched is the size of the face, your front of your face. But just as long as you know, you can know the rules. Know that where the muscles lay, you got to kind of learn those rules. Where they form, where they go in. It is important to know that. But then you also got to know, like this is a slender dude, you also got to know when you can just jack them up. And once you know these rules, you can bend them. You know, you could even push it in. Let's do what I did earlier. Let's Let's give him a huge forearm. Why not? You can do stuff like this once you know the rules. He's got a huge forearm, tiny biceps. He skips biceps, but he works out on his forearms a lot. All right, you got 38 seconds there. So there you go. You got a giant, little cartoony. That'll come in. Get profile view. Boom, boom, boom. There's this. Move him down a little bit more. 16 seconds. I don't have my headphones on to hear the beep. So like there's his head. Oh no, what did I just do? Alright, well there goes all that time. But anyway, you get the idea. You get that 5 seconds left. You get the idea. 2, 1, blah, blah, blah. And there you have it. That's a quick 10-minute arm tutorial coming at you. Hope you liked it. Hope maybe you learned a little bit on how I work and how I operate and pushing things a little bit, adding dimension and oddness to things. Speaking of oddness, check out Frog G. That's me on pencils and inks. Well, inks really. So I'm on the lines. I'm co-writing. You got ink spots, coloring, lettering, co-writing. Frog G promoting, co-creator of Frog G himself. Check it out. Link is in the description below. Really cool stuff. Can't go wrong. Dope stuff. It's on its way to me, so I'll be shipping that out soon. Yeah, hope you guys liked it. And once again, have a great one. I didn't notice it, but apparently there was 2 timers. Mistakes happen. Once again, have a great one.